God's will versus modern idealism. What should we do in our daily life? What do you want to become? Is a question children have long been asked. A question suggesting that we should pursue our dreams, that it is best to succeed in achieving our heartfelt aspirations. Isn't this what we are born for? Whether our goal be dictated by God or by nature, which is to say, by a greater power. What else should we do? Should we perhaps serve a will contrary to our own? We are raised to abhor such a possibility. We then choose our God. We choose the God that wants what we want, the God that serves our wishes, that responds to our prayers. Our prayers? Pray, God, fulfill my dreams. Please, please me. The only God worth upholding is the handmaiden of Epicureans, or so we are raised to feel. Until we fail. Until our all too modern God fails. Until our world falls apart. Until our castle of cards unravels, leaving us free falling over the flames of senselessness. The specter of senselessness is, after all, what modern ideals are intended to save us from. Who could know the will of God aside from the pursuit of human ideals? God's will is what we are to bring about, is it not? God needs us, does he not? We are born to fulfill his will, perhaps even to fulfill God himself. Are we not? Some might object that we're called to do God's will as it is manifest, proclaimed in a sacred book. All right? How do we know we are not merely reading our book to serve our own agenda? The medieval answer is that faith seeks understanding. Fides querit intellectum. The question, what should we do in our daily life, is now answered by an invitation to strive to discover the answer. Not an answer among others, but the one that is good for all. Hence the importance of Dante's question concerning the path of our life, il cammin di nostra vita, which is none other than the comedy that the poet invites us to undergo. A journey of spiritual purgation through which we are to be cleansed of our world, of its obscurity, for the sake of our being filled with the light of a world divine. The light of the understanding, of an awakening, or rather wakefulness, that is presupposed by all of our dreams. A life dedicated to the discovery of God's will involves a self dedicated to ascending in the full actuality of a divine mind. Not the pursuit of human ideals, but the pursuit of divine understanding is the path leading to the fulfillment of our humanity, to our happiness. Man fulfilled in God. Not the reverse, but is this not to give up on the genius of modernity? Is it not to revert to medievalism, if not altogether to the Dark Ages? Is it not to fail to abdicate the glory of man, to forfeit all reason, all freedom? Not if our true glory and reason are found properly in the light of divine intelligence, as in their proper place, to speak Platonically. Whence the question, where are we truly free? Should it be on the path to building a world in which everyone may be as God, as if God, pretending to be God? Or are we truly free as we depart from the cave of human aspirations to ascend in the light of divine actuality? Do we partake in freedom in the measure that we attend to, attest to, bear witness to the dignity of the path leading from our all too human, especially all too modern aspirations, to the fulfillment of God's will? What do our Platonic medievals teach us about God's will? That it is a velle, will, fulfilled in a nosse, a knowing. So it is a will fulfilled in a knowing which, being divine, gathers within itself all power, all posse. So we have nosse, velle, and posse. The triple nature of man, of God. God is omnipotent, is said to be omnipotent, in this sense. He gathers his power in his knowledge. He is not a modern or a Faustian or Machiavellian man who uses knowledge for power, that is, to empower his will. Instead, God gathers his power in knowledge through will. The will is the gathering, the path through which power is one with knowledge. God can achieve all that he wants because what he wants is fulfilled in his mind, his thought. In Latin, mens, as Aristotle's Greek nous. So God himself, of course, is the end. as inexhaustible abyss of understanding. Divine omnipotence will not be a projection of modern man's wishful unthinking, his compulsion to betray thought, to replace divine vision with collective dreams. With God, power is restored in knowledge, as bodies are resurrected in minds they presuppose. Bodies resurrected as properly spiritual forms, as opposed to forms fallen out of spirit into the earthly, into the humus. Hence the classical counsel. Contrary to vulgar etymologies, man is not the child of the earth, but a tree rooted in heaven, God's own child. Jesus Christ being the revelation of the true Adam, the name in which the true Adam is revealed, the name in which the way, the truth, the life of man are one. But then, when we seek that name, we find it on a cross. The way, the truth, the life of man announce themselves on the cross. Man found, disclosed truly, fully on the cross, not merely as instrument of death, of torture, but as vehicle of redemption, of the gathering of physical power back into the divine act of intelligence. As in the containment of all power into a singular thought, unbound,